Okay, we're live. This is my second time using this. I was trying to I don't know if I can do this. I was trying to see if I can show video of Secret Identity and then just watch it along like with you guys and then just go over what was cut from the film entirely. I don't know if I can do that. If anyone has used this thing before and knows how to use it, can you please let me know, and how can I do like video footage? Because look, this is what I was trying to do. I was setting this up but I didn't know how to um, set up the stupid thingy or whatever it was. I'm trying to figure it out. I'm trying to figure this out. Mark knows this more about. Mark knows this more than me, but I don't know how to use this. I was trying to put video footage of Secret Identity or Corrupted Mind right here. So if anyone knows how to use this thing and knows how to set this up correctly, like I don't know what I'm doing, let me know, please, because I'm trying to figure this out. But if not, then we'll just stick with this, and then we'll just talk about Secret Identity. And well, it's called Corrupted Mind, but originally it was Secret Identity. That's what I called it. That's what I called it before. But yeah, let me just switch back here. I don't think it's gonna work. I don't think I can put video footage right here. Unless I can, but I'm trying to figure this out. What can I do here? No. Hold on, guys. I'm trying to maybe dude, I'm trying to figure this out. I could have sworn you can do this unless you need a computer, which is so dumb, but yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to figure this out. Because look at what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to put video footage of Secret Identity. I need to stop calling it that. I know what it's called. It's called Corrupted Mind. But I'm so used to it. Okay. So I'm trying to put video footage, but I don't know how to use this. So anyone that knows how to use it, please let me know, because I want to do this. I love using this thing. It's pretty cool. But I'm trying to find a way to figure it out. Trying to find a way. I don't think I can, though. I don't know. Maybe I have to message the developers of this thing and ask if it's possible. Recordings, please no. Recordings are. Wait, so I'm doing this wrong then, right? Define your soul. What is this? That's cool. That's cool, I guess. Yeah, that's cool. Okay. Well, since we can't get video footage of Corrupted Mind on here, might as well just talk about it, and then I'll just go along with what questions you guys might have. Yucky. Anyway, so yeah, if you guys been hearing me by now, the original title of the film or special was called Secret Identity. That was the whole theme of it. It was supposed to be a secret about what the main antagonist was, but since we already know it's Lefty, I just called it Corrupted Mind, because that's literally what Lefty has right now. He's corrupted. Like, he's a corrupted mind individual. But yeah. I'm trying to think what else. Okay. So let's talk about what was the general idea. I knew from the start of when Multiverse Dangerous was finished that Lefty was going to be a main antagonist. That was the clear idea of what I was going for. So what happened was Secret Identity. It was always meant to be a darker story, but I couldn't get it out because, Frederick and Multiverse Dangerous had to be finished, and we didn't want the story to feel weird or off, and it wouldn't make sense. So I had to wait for so long to get it done. But then after Multiverse Dangerous came out, and after I started to change things up a bit, that's when I knew, okay, I have to refilm this entire thing. Like it didn't make sense to me that I had to reshoot some scenes when I can just reshoot the entire thing and just go from there. And that's what I had to do. So it's kind of like what Field of Thunder went through, but Field of Thunder went through a natural like reshoot, while Corrupted Mind was more last minute, and I think it turned out really well. It turned out really well, and that's when I had to change the title to Corrupted Mind instead of Secret Identity, obviously. So anyway, let's talk about what was cut from the original film, what was cut from Secret Identity. So of course the main plot was Francine is onto Lefty. Like she believes, like, oh, he's out to get her. He's going to do something, and then obviously they discovered that Enard was killed by Lefty. Originally, he was meant to stay alive and he was going to take over, but I don't know why it was changed to where Lefty killed Enard before the movie even started. And but yeah, so I think I'm gonna turn off comments for now, so I can pay attention. I'm gonna turn them off for now, and then I'll look through. Okay, so like I was saying, Enard was originally not meant to be killed off. He was gonna stay alive and take over, but he was a more genuine guy. But the reason why Lefty killed him in the first place, it's because, well, Enard is kind of like his right-hand man, like his, I guess you can say his assistant kind of way. And in one of the episodes, I think it was exposed, Lefty gave kind of Enard the death stare to not say anything, because I'm pretty sure Lefty would have made threats to Enard saying, if you say this, if you say that, you're dead. I'm going to get you, or something like that. I think that makes the most sense as to why Enard kept his mouth shut for so long. But then when Lefty got exposed, he felt more free because, Lefty got exposed. That's on him. But what did it cost him? Well, it cost him to get killed by Lefty. And I think that was like the start of the dark tone of what the ECU was going for. And I think it succeeded pretty well. Let's talk about the film itself now. So one of the original things was cut was Mayor Fredelin was going to have more screen time in the original. He was meant to survive too, but it didn't really make sense to make him stay alive for the rest of the movie. So what happened was, one of the scenes, Francine was called over by Mayor Fredelin in the jail to come talk to her about what's going on and what's Lefty's involvement in the process of the SR, that kind of thing. And so Francine goes over there. She lashes out at him because, well, why wouldn't she be? Because it was kind of his fault that everyone around him basically despised the entire team and her friends. So you can understand why she would lash out in the first place. But that was cut from the film. Now all she really did was she didn't want anything to do with him, but she had to get some answers out of him, because who better person would know more about Lefty's involvement with the SR experiment would be Mayor Fredelin. So Mayor Fredelin was there. He tells Francine about everything, and then he freaking dies in an explosion by Lefty. So yeah, Lefty was smart enough to set up a bomb inside of the interview room on Mayor Fredelin's side, and at the right time, he would explode the room, killing Mayor Fredelin and nearly killing Francine, which I'm pretty sure he would have been like he would have probably sweared and say, "Dang it, she didn't die." So yeah, that was one of the things that was changed. So yeah, Mayor Fredelin was gonna have more screen time and more of a kind of involvement before his death or his demise. What else cut? I don't know. I think most of the stuff pretty much stayed. I mean, Fia and Maya getting kidnapped, that was in the original plot of the story. That was there. Oh, actually, no. I remember this in the script in the original draft. So basically what happened was the team didn't want Francine to go over where Lefty was. They didn't want her over there, but Francine knew she had to because she wanted to get some answers, and she had a hunch that Lefty was behind all this. But the team didn't want her to go, so she knocks out Roxy. She runs past Nightmare or Nikolai. I think that's his current name now. Like, that's his canon name in the series now. Nightmare just didn't make sense to me as a main name character, so I changed it to Nikolai. So yeah, Francine would have made it to Lefty's base, and then she would walk around with a flashlight in hand, and she would have walked past dozens of like body bags. Like, I'm talking body bags, like maybe even missing parts of the body. Like, that's how sick and twisted Lefty would have been. But we wouldn't even know where the parts were even are. But I kept the saying in the final version of the movie where Pickpatch said we found at least dozens of body bags in there. There could be more in there or something, because they don't know. They don't know whether that's it or there's more. Maybe there's more behind the story of what Lefty was doing. Like, we don't know what else he could have been doing at that time. But yeah. So yeah, Francine would have found the body bags in a separate room, freaked out, tried to stay calm, but Lefty would have eventually knocked her out. And then I feel so bad that I cut this out of the original movie, because I felt like it was the most intense scene in the film. It's where Francine would have broke free from Lefty's grasp for a second, and Lefty would have like basically stalked her with a shotgun and a machete, and just kind of just follow her around, like kind of like Last of Us with Ellie and David, that kind of thing is what I was going for. And I was so mad I cut that out. And I just remembered it just now from the original script. Dude, oh my God, it was so intense when I wrote it. So yeah, Lefty would have been taunting Francine about his power and that she's nothing compared to him. And it would have eventually lead to his demise. And I'm going to go into the probably gruesome demises that Lefty would have had. But I think the one in the final film was justified a little bit. Not even a little, just a tiny bit. But yeah, that was one scene I felt like was a stupid mistake to take that out. It would have been probably the most darkest, intense scene in the entire film. Let's talk on Eric. Rest in peace, buddy. So yeah, Eric was meant to be killed off. And it's not because of I didn't know what to do with his character by this point. It's just Eric never really was one of my favorite characters, and I didn't want to feel like he was dismissed as a character as well. So Eric's purpose as a character in this one is actually way more impactful than you might think, because after the entire thing was done, near the ending where everyone else shows up, that's when Francine tells them Eric's gone, like he's gone. That's when all the others felt the need to come back, because it's what they think, it's what Eric would have wanted, to keep fighting, going back. Because in the film, Eric did say, I was trying to go back to Mason. Like, he was going to go back and try to talk things out with him. And showing that he was trying to do that made sense to the other characters, saying, maybe we should give Francine another chance. Maybe we should try to be what we were before. Maybe we should have stayed while we had the chance. Because that's what led to Eric's demise, was he left himself vulnerable in the situation that kind of Francine started. But at the same time, though, this was Lefty's doing this entire time. Like, Lefty has been doing this for God knows how long, like maybe years by this point in the series. And when Lefty knew he had to do something about it, he went after one that no one knew where he was at this time, but Lefty knew where he was. So he went after Eric, captured him, and basically just tortured him in probably the most darkest ways possible. And the scene where Lefty straight up murders him right in front of Francine, Maya, and Fia, I knew at that very moment everyone's gonna say, I hope they kill this mother, something like that. I hope they kill him, because My goal in this one was to make Lefty the most hateable antagonist ever, and I think this film achieved it. That Lefty is the most hateable and irredeemable monster ever made. So yeah, Eric's death was always meant to happen, but I wanted to do it right to where it felt impactful. Like it felt like it wasn't disrespectful, but just more impactful to the character. And I felt like it really did. And you guys will get the episode where they do a send off for him. Like it's gonna be probably the most saddest moments in the ECU by far. But I feel like Corrupted Mind was definitely the darkest of the ECU. You guys will probably see like after that, everything would just go back to normal. No, like less swearing now, obviously. No more blood, guts, or anything like that. I just wanted to see how it would do. And funnily enough, this felt more like a horror movie than the reboots. Suck it, reboot. So yeah, I had a lot of fun making this one. It was definitely the most challenging to make because I wanted to go for the darker theme, and I think it went really well. And for also it being kind of a horror film, I think it achieved that really well. What was I going to talk about next? Oh yeah, Lefty's demise. So there were a lot of cuts to his death in the film. One of them being kind of like the chase of Francine and Lefty, where he was stalking her with a shotgun and machete. And what happened was originally Lefty would have pinned down Francine. She would have used like I think like a broken piece of glass to stab him in the neck, kind of like just pinning him down for a bit, and then using the machete and just slashing him to hell, like basically just straight up destroying his face and killing him. So yeah, I took a lot of inspiration from Last of Us for that scene, and I think it would have probably been the most deserved death in the series for Lefty. But that was cut because number one, my fan base is kids, and I had to tone it down a little bit. So that was removed. I feel terrible that I removed it, but it would have gotten me demonetized. So, other ideas was in the Secret Identities special, like the original film. Francine would have went after Lefty, and it would have resulted in them just duking it out a little bit until Francine was stabbed by a screwdriver and like kind of like just pushed to the ground to where it was stuck on her hand. And Lefty would have grabbed the hammer and tried to kill her. But Frederick showed up to save her. Lefty tries to run away because he's scared of Frederick. Lefty's not usually scared of anyone except Frederick. He is terrified of Frederick. He knows how powerful. He knows how strong Frederick really is. So yeah, that's Lefty's number one fear is Frederick. He's scared of him. So yeah, then after that, Lefty gets weak, and Francine would have said one of the most coldest lines to him, and this would have probably went back to where the Francisco Fighters or Team Phasma doesn't really kill anyone. They don't. They just knock them out, send them back. But Lefty would have said the Francisco Fighters don't kill, but then Francine reverses that the words of Lefty and say they don't kill, but they kill people who aren't human. Like that is cold. That is cold for her, even for her to say that. Because Francine is the most chill character in the series, and for her character to go down like that in such a dark tone of the series, I think it was perfect. And if anyone's wondering, yes, that little ear cut on her is permanent, and her mood will change in the entire series. Her mood will change throughout the entire series. Not like it's traumatizing to her, but it's just more of, she's matured now. She's more careful about herself. She may become more hostile than ever, but we can't really say for sure. I can't really say for sure because then it would probably spoil Battle of the Multiverse, the final film of the series. So, what else was cut? Oh yeah, I think I talked with other people about this. So another thing that was cut from the film of Corrupted Mind is Lefty would have tried to take Fia one last time as a attempt to kind of get away, and then he would have tried to take a chopper like out to probably I don't know where he would go with the chopper. Maybe that's where that $5,000 went. He spent it on the chopper, and Francine tries to stop him, but if she tries to throw the shield at him, he would shoot Fia. So what Francine did was she intentionally missed, and her shield would have hit boulders on the hillside because they were climbing up a hill trying to get to the chopper, and Fia would have probably bit a Lefty's hand, causing Lefty to get distracted by the rock slide, allowing Fia to run to Francine while they run away from the rock slide and take cover, while Lefty would have been crushed by rocks, and then the chopper. If the rocks didn't kill him, then the chopper would have definitely killed him. So yeah, Lefty would have been killed that way too. That was another one. I like that one too, but my favorite one was definitely the machete one. But unfortunately, those two had to be cut. But I think the chopper one would have made it if I planned it out pretty well, but it wasn't really that planned well. So I went with the more simpler one, with him kind of raging, and Francine. Well, she was. I think the reason why Francine didn't fight back a lot is she was weak. She was very weak at that time. Lack of food, lack of water, trapped in a heated room like that for, I'd say, by probably about half the day, and then having Lefty at full rage charge at you with a machete in hand, trying to dodge and not get cut, and your ear gets pierced. You can understand why she was weak at that time and couldn't fight back really well. She was trying to, but she couldn't. And that's when Frederick had to step in, kind of just distracting Lefty. And Lefty, you can tell by the fear in his eyes that, oh, shoot, he's here. I have to leave. Like, I'm screwed. And then that's when the other members come in and step in and try to beat him down. I'm going to say this right now. Originally, all of them were supposed to come back to take down Lefty. All of them. Like every single member. I don't think Fredbear would have been back. Nah, he would have probably stayed away. He's got bigger duties. Yeah, all the members would have came back and basically just freaking happy feet wombo combo Lefty until Roxy delivers like kind of like the final blow with the machete. I think Roxy doing that was probably perfect fitting for her. And then the gunshot was intentional because, like again, Francine is not one to kill anyone. She never wants to, but Lefty, she was so close to doing it, but she decides to spare him because, well, she doesn't kill anyone. She doesn't. And then Lefty, for some stupid reason, gets up, tries to charge at her, and out of no hesitation, Francine turns the gun to him and shots him right in the skull between the eyes. That was probably the most coldest moment ever for Francine as a character. Like, she's not meant to do that, but she somehow did it, and it made her look like a badass. So, yeah. So, I think Francine as a character has really improved over time. She was mainly in the sidelines, and I've explained this a lot over the years, that Francine was, like, kind of just the side character. Like, she wasn't getting any attention aside from her brother. But now that she had her own film, she was maturing a little bit, but she was still herself. Then later down the line, when Lefty was more of an antagonist throughout the series, she started to become more serious. But now in this one, she shows no mercy to her enemies now. Like, she's flat out more matured than ever. Like, she's more matured than ever in the series. And I think that's good and bad character development for her. Because while she's becoming more mature, she's becoming more aware of her surroundings. But what's that going to affect her in her mood? Like, what's that going to do to her personality? What's that going to do around her friends? Like, what's that going to do to her? But we'll see. We'll see how it goes for her character. I think that's pretty much it on the development of secret identity / corrupted mind. It was probably the more complex of the films I've done. I'm glad it turned out the way it did. I'm glad that everyone seemed to had really good feelings for the movie, like mainly just emotional, angry, like just a lot of emotion. That was really intentional for the film, and I'm just really glad it's getting the reception it deserves. And I'm glad that the ECU is finally kicking ass again, because 2023 and 2022 were probably the worst years of the ECU. It was not going well, and I'm glad that 2024 is the year where it comes back to life and everyone's remembering what it was. All right, so let's look at the comments. There's a lot. There's a lot. Have you decided to make a Ultimate Francisco Fighters universe like the no, probably not. The Enderflesh literally dies in almost every this film. Oh yeah, he died in the reboot films. Yeah, but those are just placeholder plushies. It doesn't really matter. And then he dies in the ECU. Yeah, his death was more impactful though. Why did you kill Eric again? I mean, he was such a cool character and special character in the story, but now he was just a character that just needed to be killed. I don't think he was meant to be killed. Like, he was meant to be stayed, but I just couldn't figure out what to do with him. That was just that was just it. I mean, it's not like I hated his character. I didn't hate him. I didn't hate Eric. He was one of the best. But I feel like him as a character, like, there was not a lot to do with him as much as the other characters. So I can understand why you think I didn't care or I didn't like him. No, I did. But I think the send-off of his character really meant pretty well, because now everyone came back and now he's going to fight for him, because that's what he would have wanted, for them to keep fighting for what was right. So his death was hard, but at what cost did it do? That kind of thing. I'm pretty sure it's because Eric has never been that popular in ECU. He often got yeah, that was one of the reasons too. Am I excited to play Into the Pit? Yes, I am. I don't know if it's going to cost a lot, but hey, I got a job now, so I can pay for it. That video was so good. It made me feel like it was a horror. Yes, thank you for saying that. I don't know why, but I feel like this one felt more like a horror movie than Reboot. Of course, Reboot 2 is pretty scary, but this one just, man, it's scary. You know what? I kind of wished happened to Lefty when you said you were probably gonna, yeah. So he was talking about the machete thing, yeah. I kind of wanted to see something worse, yeah. Everyone wanted Lefty to die a gruesome fate, but I had to tone it down, guys, for the PG rating, because again, I have a fan base of kids. I can't risk getting in trouble. I can't risk it. I'm basically picturing Francine using the shield to beat Lefty over and over and over. Kill his freaking jaw comes off, and then Francine. That would have been a cool idea too. But again, I had to tone it down, guys. I had to. I think when I said that you were going to like, oh, and well, I don't think Francine wanted that. I get that, but now I'm just picturing. I wish she did that. Yeah. I'm telling you guys, Francine hated Lefty with a burning passion. And I think if she didn't have mercy, like a good heart, she probably would have showed no mercy to him. None so whatsoever. I'm surprised that Lefty didn't get too hot, despite him being in the heated room. Well, I don't think it was like a heated room. I think it was just because there's kind of no AC in there. So, yeah, maybe his jacket has like a hidden fan or something. But maybe just Lefty's like just used to the heat. Maybe he's just used to it. But the Lefty's spent with the stolen money, the chopper. I think, I don't know. Maybe in this one he spent it on the materials he had. So obviously the guns, the machete. He bought the jacket. he literally said it too, like, "Oh, I bought this. I literally just bought this, and there's bloodstains on it." He's like, "Yeah, Lefty." Lefty was spending that money for the bigger plans he had. He knew he had to do something, so he spent a lot of money on the bombs, the weapons, the jacket, just everything to plan out. And well, it didn't work out. It didn't work out in the end for him. My question was, why did Lefty steal $5,000? Well, he stole a lot of money, and he doesn't have a good reason for it. Maybe he's just that greedy. Where is Foxy? Is he going to come back and forgive Francine? Guys, I can't confirm anything about Foxy until Phil the Thunder comes out. Until that movie comes out, I'm not answering anything about Foxy. But I will say this. If he found out what Lefty did, he would have come back, find Lefty, and straight up chop him. I'm not even kidding. I think Foxy would have showed no mercy to Lefty whatsoever. For some reason, I thought Lefty's death was going to be a lot darker than I thought. Ask, for example, if I would be some like you would end up killing himself, or either from insanity. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know about that. What are these questions? Why Mayor Fredelin? I mean, at least you went out in a cool way, kind of. Will there be crossover comic? No. Well, no. No, actually, no. I also think a death he would have deserved is getting buried alive next to. No, that's way too dark, guys. Come on, let's tone it down a little bit. Let's tone it down a little bit, guys. We're kind of pushing the limits here. So let's try to calm down a little bit. We're pushing the limits here a little bit. Oh, so the Scott interview happened today. That was cool. That was cool that we got to know the Scott interview with Daco. I guess you guys can say the Corrupted Mind was my little gift to the FNAF anniversary. Because, well, I wouldn't be here if FNAF wasn't. Yeah, basically, Lefty led himself down a dark path. I can't say how exactly. Maybe because I remember he was part of Shadow Freddy's army. Maybe his mind got corrupted after that. Or maybe he just found himself in a position to where I could be more than I already am. Not like a puppet to something. So yeah, that's why he went to work as a government official to get more powerful, I guess. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know his full story, but Lefty's dead now, so it's whatever. Oh, I just muted my mic. Didn't mean to do that. Is the camera on? I don't think it is. Ah, whatever. You guys don't need to see anything. Absolutely love the movie. I was hoping for a rated R. Sorry, guys. Like I said, I can't make rated R things. I can't. My fan base is kids, and I can't risk showing blood and guts. Puggo. But yeah, I can't. I'm sorry. Okay, I swear that's the last time I'm gonna reference him. That's the last time. I promise. I don't want to get in trouble by him. But yeah, I'm sorry. I couldn't make it darker than it already was. For what it is, it was pretty badass, and it was probably still dark. It was still pretty dark for what it was. I play Fortnite? No, because it's garbage. Fortnite's garbage, guys. I'm saying that. I have my opinions. Fortnite's garbage. Lefty kind of felt like I don't know, if less, a more sadistic version of William Afton. Again, I can't decide because William Afton murdered kids and Lefty murdered a whole dude in front of his friends. That's kind of true. That is so true. I was hoping that Lefty would reveal more dark information that he was behind everything. Scar's transformation. About I don't think he was. Nah, I don't even think that Lefty was a part of the apocalypse as well. No, he wasn't. But yeah, no, he was involved with the SR serum. But then when that failed by Mayor Fredelin, of course, Lefty had to step down and just kind of like just chill out. But he was still hatching his plans. That was until, Francine got into the mix. And then that's when he was having a grudge and was getting more annoyed and tried to come up with ways, like kind of like innocent ways, more harmless ways to get rid of them. But then when everything went downhill for him, he knew he had to show no mercy and he had to get rid of them somehow. And his line saying, as for the other team members, I have my ways to finding them. So, like, if he didn't get stopped, he would have went after the others and killed them individually. He would have done that this entire time. And I think that's what's the real darkness of Lefty. As well, his plan to take out the Francisco fighters, which is, Francine, Roxy, Frederick, Nick, Phil. I keep getting confused with them. Plushtrap and Mason. Yeah, he would have gotten them with the bomb. He would have done that. But as for the other members, he would have hunted them down and just killed them in the most probably gruesome ways possible. And before you ask, yes, he would most likely go after London. He would. That's how sick he is. Like, he probably would have went after the family members of the team. He probably would have done that too. Like, he's that sick and twisted. Thank you for that review. Yeah. Yeah, this was meant to be a lot darker, but again, I had to tone it down. Have you thought about releasing Battle of the Multiverse in 2027? Maybe a little earlier. Maybe 2026. I'm not really sure because we have Bernie and Lily, the Kitsune Empire, coming out very, very soon. I don't know when because I haven't really filmed it yet. I finished the script. It looks really good. As for Field the Thunder, though, we're not certain when that'll start its post-production because, well, Mark is working on more projects now, and he's getting more involved, and I'm really happy for him. I'm really happy. He's part of an animated project. He's part of another project with another YouTuber. I can't really say who because that would really ruin the surprise. Yeah, Mark is getting more involved, and he's getting more work, which is good. I'm happy for him. But, I liked it when it was just me and Mark just working on the projects, and we just had all the time in the world. But now that he's getting more involved, it's kind of becoming more just about scheduling, which is totally okay. I have nothing wrong with it. If he was still around, I think he would have been the Doctor Doom of the universe. Maybe. Then again, I'm not really too familiar with Doctor Doom. Let's see. Oh, yeah, I don't think I said this yet, guys, but I have a job now. Part-time job. So, yeah. So some things maybe changed to my schedule, like drastically. Hopefully not too crazy changes to my scheduling. But as of now, kind of just the main priority is just getting Nightmares Continue episodes, which shouldn't take fully too long. But the films may get drastically, affected. is what I'm saying. Unless I can find a way to get the films done right away so I don't have to worry about them, it's going to get drastically affected because of the new scheduling thing. I have seen Deadpool and Wolverine twice. I saw it twice already. It's still a good movie. I think that's kind of the tone I wanted to go for Bernie and Lily originally. Even in the new one, too. I have kind of like going off of the Deadpool and Wolverine vibe. Kind of just like this. Well, not really. I don't know. I can't really say much because, again, I just finished writing the script. I haven't really announced anything yet. So I'm trying to keep it cool. I'm trying to keep it quiet. But yeah, because I announced a lot of things for the movie. Of course, Bernie and Lily are back together. They were supposed to be an underutilized characters coming back to play a major role in the project. And of course, Mr. Big's returning for a minor role, but he's still there. Any plans of making a Deadpool character? Nah, no. As funny as that it would be, no, I can't. I don't think I'll ever match the Deadpool humor that Deadpool has. I'm not Ryan Reynolds. Is Bernie and Lily gonna be like a Godzilla X Kong and Deadpool and Wolverine? Nah, maybe. I'm not sure because the way how I wrote it, it's more of a kind of like relationship movie, but it's more about like a I can't really say. I want to say it so bad, but I can't. I can't say it. I can't say a lot, guys. Like I said, I just finished writing the script. It's good. It's a lot better than what I had originally for what was it called originally? Mission Vacation. And now with the new title Kitsune Empire, it's meant to be more complex of a script and story, especially with the first original female antagonist of the ECU, which that's pretty exciting. I think I'll give Fantastic Four a shot. I haven't heard of the only reason I'm watching it is because of Pedro Pascal. He's a great actor. He's become one of my favorites so far. That I think I will give Fantastic Four a lot. Her name's Lily, by the way. That's her name. And yeah, both Bernie and Lily will have a lot of character development. They will. Well, not major, because I mean, they're Bernie and Lily. I mean, they're just like characters. They don't really need to be that developed that well. They just stay as they are. Like they're just those kind of characters. But yeah, there will be some development with them. Even London's gonna have a kind of just say part of the movie as well. He's gonna have a more interesting role. I don't know what that was. Let me see if I can put in something here. No, nothing. I don't know, guys. I was trying to put in videos earlier. I don't know if I can, because I only used this thing twice already, and it's not really working. This background music. What does that do? Oh, that's what that does. Yeah, no, that's gonna get annoying. I'm not doing that. Love your channel. Thank you. That means a lot. Backgrounds. Ooh. 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 Oh, that's movable. I like that. I'm keeping it. If it's premium, then I'm not keeping it. But that is cool. I like it. All right. Well, I don't know what there's else to do now. I mean, I'm still just answering questions. I don't know what's gonna go down in the next months because, like I said, I have a new job. It's part-time. It's not a permanent job, but it's just something to help me get work experience for the future. And I can't really say where I work at because then they would find my social media and then it would be awkward. But I will give you a hint. I'll give you a hint. It's They have a lot of spices in their food. That's all I'll say. You can keep the guess in your mind, though. Don't say it out loud. The TGPS movie. God, man. I don't know if that's ever going to be made. I don't think that's ever going to be made, guys. I'm saying that right now. I think it's forever canceled. I don't think it's going to be made ever. I don't think it's ever going to be made. I think it's not like it's a bad idea. It sounds like a good idea, but I cannot for the life of me figure it out. Do you like anime? No. I don't really like anime that much. I like the style. I mean, if Francisco Fighters was an anime, I would have watched the heck out of it. How many movies have you canceled? Let's see. So Pirates Ahoy, that was canceled. Life at the Circus, that was canceled. If I ever want to bring back Pirates Ahoy, I would definitely do it. I would say that right now. Pirates Ahoy, so Life of the Circus. What else? Plush Drop. Oh yeah, Plush Drop. Forgot about that. I think that was a mistake. I don't think it was ever meant to be made in the first place, honestly. I don't know what I was thinking. So yeah, Plush Trap, the Mason remastered, Roxanne remastered, Dark Knight, Freddy's. Oh, Nightmare. I forgot about Nightmare. Yeah, there was a lot. I mean, I couldn't figure out what I was doing around those times. But yeah, there was like, I think 10 total. 10 or more, at least, of how many canceled films there are. Yeah, it's just because some of them just never really worked out, or maybe I just saw the idea, but it just never worked in my head. Maybe it's because of that. I'm not sure. But yeah, there's a lot of canceled projects on my hands. I don't have water. Maybe I can connect my phone to this thing. I don't know if that's possible. Maybe. Let's check Discord really quick. Am I going to see Sonic the Hedgehog? Yes, I am. I saw with my homeboy both for the first and second one when it came out. And we're probably going to do it again for Sonic 3. Except this time I'm probably driving because I can drive now. Yeah, Shrek's an OG fan, I guess. All right, then. Yeah, Shrek's the OG fan, I guess. Even I don't remember all the old stuff, and I probably don't want to because all the old stuff was really cringe, really weird. I don't know what the hell I was thinking, and I'm glad that the ECU is my main storyline, and it seems to be going really, really well. So yeah. I think my favorite moment from Frederick was when he gave Lefty the middle finger. That was funny. Because it was like Frederick walking out, and Lefty was kind of just looking at him, and Frederick knew he was looking at him, and then boom, Frederick gives him the middle finger. That was funny. A lot of the characters really hate him, except for the other half. They don't really know about Lefty's true intentions. But when they found out, they were glad that he was gone. Let us see what's going on. Like, let's see. I can't do the Russian accent. You can do my accent, the donkey. Oh, donkey! Something like that. I can't even do a lot of accents. I tried to do a British accent when I was screwing around with Mark because he's British and we do a lot of British jokes all the time. Like, can I get up out of the water? It's Tuesday, isn't it? Splendid. Something like that. So yeah, me and Mark, we joke about a lot of British accent all the time. We do it all the time. So if you think I'm racist, no, it's pretty natural because me and Mark do it all the time when we're talking. I tried to do Russian accent for Eagle. I don't know why I chose Russian or German. I don't know what accent he has, but he kind of talks like this, and it's kind of hippie. So like you have that, because I don't know how Russians really talk. So Eagle has like this. He has like this weird Russian accent, and it's success. So yeah. I don't know what other accents. I tried to do Australian accent. Like I tried to do this one. Yeah. I tried to sound Australian. I'm from the land of down under. Something like that. That sounds really messed up though. Again, I tried not to do accents when I tried to do the characters. I tried to just lean away from the accents because usually it sounds good or it just sounds racist. Or it just sounds like a stereotype kind of thing. And I think for Bernie and Lily, I want to get voice actors for the characters. I think the only character I'll voice is most likely just Bernie. Bernie would just be my only character I would voice. And then I would do like a casting call club set up for characters like maybe Lily, maybe London as well. So like maybe just a younger person gets to voice London, so it doesn't sound like an 18-year-old trying to do a kid voice. And of course, get a voice actor for Kitsune because in the script she speaks a lot of Japanese in the film as an intimidation, but she also speaks English as like a farther more intimidation to Bernie and Lily as well. So yeah, that's your only spoiler. She speaks Japanese and English. So yeah, I would have to find someone who speaks Japanese while also sounding intimidating. So I think that's it. I think that just about does it, guys. I mean, Corrupted Mind was really cool. It was a nice movie. It's probably one of the most darker movies and probably will be the last of its darker kind. I'm glad you guys really liked it. And if you're wondering how this will change the series, well, you're going to have to wait and see until more episodes start to come out. But we'll see. All right, guys. Thank you.